Shalom Israel. I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and Shalom to like up there doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and I wanted to get into a quick lesson, just all in the spirit of, everything that's been going on with, a vocab, Malone, and all of that madness, that they spewing in the videos that they did, trying to make mockery, of the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the book of 1 Corinthians 2, and I start at verse 12. It says, "Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High. And that first and foremost thing is the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, of these scriptures, of his ways." This is what vocab or anybody else that's out there that has a problem with this truth that they fail to understand. Because many people, they want to look at things as, oh, you're just a man like I am. Well, what gives you this authority or that authority? Hey, true men of the Lord are ordained by the Most High. It's written right there in Jeremiah 1 and 5, man. It's written right there in Jeremiah 1 and 5. You never know who you dealing with, That's all up to the Lord, in whom the Lord puts the spirit upon. But for you not recognizing real spiritual men, that just shows that you don't have the spirit of the Most High. All right? And it gets into that also in the book of James. Matter of fact, let me grab that. No, it's first John. Sucker. Yeah, 1 John 4 and 4. "Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." Because what they in the world, man, they seeking views, they seeking this, they seeking that, they seeking to make mockery. They looking to have gain in this world. They looking to be the best that they can be here in Babylon. They're not truly focused upon the kingdom, verse 5, "They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High heareth not us. Hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error." So it's clear as day that we have the spirit of truth and they have the spirit of error, because those guys couldn't even get basic understanding of definitions of certain words or putting things into its proper context. When to twist and swirl things all out of context, man, which is madness. You should know, if you're a grown ass man like that, you should know what conceived mean. You obviously know that when you're talking about conceived, that has to mean that she was given birth. Obviously, a woman doesn't conceive seed in the form of her having sperm. That lets you know that these guys are dealing with none but buffoonery, man. And as the Apostle Tahar mentioned in his video, is that they didn't actually come up there to learn. They come up there to try to make you look bad, so on and so forth, man. And, real quick, because I want to show this. Now, this was last week, because I initially saw, him putting up the video when we went to the Apostles. 2 weeks ago, actually. I believe that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was last week, one of the weeks. But it says new strategies are effective, and it's from Vocab Malone. As you can see, views are up by 49% over the past months. Please support to keep us strong in 2020. And they got to GoFundMe, man. You got to GoFundMe. The men of the Lord ain't doing no GoFundMes, man. We support one another. We help one another out. We have a brotherhood. We don't have to do a GoFundMe, so people all across the world, what I'm saying, can try to be a part of this thing or think they're going to have a hand in this thing or whatever the case may be. We don't need all of that, man. And look, he's all about views. He's happy that his views are up over 49% over the past month. We don't care about views, man. Now, at the end of the day, of course you want to get views because of course every brother wants their works to be seen, but the amount of people that sees it doesn't actually matter because it's the quality of those said persons that actually see the video that will take heed to the truth and that could be of the Lord's potential elect. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Okay? It's not about your subscribers, not about your watch time, not about your views, none of that, man. You know, one view of the men of the Lord, you know, to that of a hopeful elect is more precious than all of those 24K views that you got, man. You know, so it lets you know why they're doing this. So they're adding all of this buffoonery and doing all these Street Fighter videos and all of this nonsense. What? Just for the views, just for the clicks, man. That's what it all is. It's all fun and games until the Lord make it rain on people, man. You know, until the Lord comes and makes it rain on you, you know, in his way, you know, it's all fun and games, right? Because you only see men as just the average man, like he's nobody special, you know. Um it's like okay. Where was I at? That was in First Corinthians. Yeah, going back to First Corinthians 2 and verse 13, which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. They can't compare spiritual things with spiritual things to get over, you know, this whole immaculate conception thing, man. You know, actually thinking that the Lord that the Lord was just born, you know, by an angel, you know, just implanting the spirit within her, which the Lord can do all things, you know, but the scriptures clearly tell you, you know, in the Apocrypha that what? All men, you know, came in by what? By way of what? With the pleasure of sleep. You know, I forget the BCV on it, you know, but that's in the scriptures, man. You know, all men except for Adam, because he was, you know, brought in a special way. All men have been born Adam and Eve. All men, and you know the whole line in the civilization initially, but all men were born, you know, by way of man and woman reproducing, man. You know, that's the way that it's done. It's no other mythical, so-called magical way that you think that is happening, man. The Lord is capable of all things possible, but the Lord didn't do it in that manner. And they were in the apostles were trying to break it down to these guys in the simplest shape, form, and fashion possible, but they just wanted to refute it just because what? They all about they all about the clicks, they all about the likes, they all about the views, just trying to disprove what we're saying as opposed to actually gaining some understanding from the whole situation, you know. That brings me to the book of Philippians. Damn, I wasn't done in yeah, real quick. Did not go to Philippians. Verse 14, it says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judge of all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. So they're spiritually discerned. They can't know the things of the Most High. You weren't chosen to understand the precious jewels of the Most High, man. It is a privilege that we have, you know, the precious jewels, the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding of the Most High. But these guys don't have it whatsoever. They're spiritually discerned, man. The Lord have seared your conscience so that you cannot gain an understanding, so that you will be against the Lord, so that you will be overthrown when that time comes, man. You know. Now we'll go to the book of Philippians. Philippians 1 and 15, and it says, some indeed preach Yahushua, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one preach Yahushua of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. So these guys, they're all about envy and strife, man. This is their whole purpose of them coming up there and trying to do a so-called debate, with the apostles. And as Apostle Tahar mentioned, he said initially he wasn't even going to engage with those guys, but hey, he danced with them for a bit, but hey, it proved to be true that what all they was up there for was a tribe to make mockery, man. That's why the scriptures say that what we are the filth and the offscouring of the earth, because what people want to make fun of us, they want to say this, they want to say that. But hey, all of these things are going to turn to us for a testimony all in the end when it's said and done. It's going to turn unto you for a testimony of the evil that you have done towards the Lord's prophets. Because when the scriptures talk about these little ones, hey, it's talking about the men of the Lord. It's talking about us of the hopeful elect. That's what it's talking about, man. So these guys, they out here, they're completely lost in the sauce and just trying to stir up things. And as the apostle mentioned, what that video was from a year ago. But yeah, you want to put it up now. What? Just to keep your engagement going, to keep your engagement going and to keep your things up and to get more followers so you could get more money for your little GoFundMe project, man. That's all it's about, man. That's all it's about at the end of the day. This whole campaign that you've been on with us, the Israelites, man. So with that, I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.